I know.
He meant that one.
To the 98th episode of the Premium Advantage live Friday, November 15th. Man, time goes by so quick. Welcome. And now, the live Instagram. Click and going. So now we can start the special mentions. Our menu, don't forget. If you have questions about insurance, you have no time and want to save money, go to the website, thepremiumadvantage.com, set up a complimentary appointment. We will help you out, answer your questions. You're worried about your family's well-being? We have insurance to help you with those concerns. You want your business protected from unforeseen events? Let us know what is your concerns. We will help you. Go to thepremiumadvantage.com, answer your questions. Our host, myself, Roberto, at Premium HCX on all social media. Our co-host, Mr. Jacinto.
Hey, everybody in podcast land.
And today, special guest, Miss Autumn Pequeño. Nada, we went to that spiel. We can slow things down, and then try to discuss today's agenda. A little bit of the information so that we can keep things in line with regards to how things are moving, all right? Ms. Autumn Pequeño is going to share some information about North Star information, a lot of solutions that are available for business owners, some information about Veterans Day, right? So we're all grateful for our veterans. We want to share information of what's happening in that environment. HISD updates, as you know, HISD, a lot of things are happening there, some information there. Houston sports, as always, Mr. Jacinto's with the updates. The big talk of the town, TYSON versus Paul, a little bit of that. And then the power of networking, the new event that we've been kind of moving along in the last couple of weeks, a little bit of discussion about that. Don't forget the raffle, right? So here we go. Don't forget, moratoriums lifted. If you want insurance in Texas, we can help you out. Now, Miss Autumn Pequeño from North Star Information. If you wouldn't mind, now the questions, the interview, the intro, so that the audience can learn of the solutions that I didn't know existed, that I didn't know were there. And so if you wouldn't mind, share with us a little bit about yourself.
Break it down.
Of the company,
Yes.
what solutions you have.
So North Star Information is land title. We do title research. So any piece of land in the state of Texas that has a building on it, that has no building on it, anything in Texas, we can do the research on it. At some point, somebody owned it, and we are there to find it. So it's something that not everybody knows about because anytime you go purchase a house, you have to get a title workup. Well, it's all kind of backward. They're like, well, it's on there showing that you paid for it, but nobody actually knows what goes into it. Mm-hmm. We actually do the research and show who owns it, if there's any tax state liens, federal tax liens, anything like that that's on that piece of property, or if it's commercial property. It could have been residential at one time, and 100 years ago, this family owned 1,200 acres and then sold it off, and now it's a commercial piece of property. So it's anything that, literally, honestly, any piece of land in the state of Texas, we can do the research on it.
Okay. And so what do you think is important about that type of solution that you have? Like, because, for example, before, if it was me, right? If I'm driving around and I see a phone number or I see something that says for sale, and it's got some number there, and I have the address,
I see those all the time.
But then it's like, who do I call? Do I call that number? Or do I want to learn about this land a little bit?
Who are you going to call?
Before I call them, because I know what that guy's going to tell me. Some weird, some situation. But what if I learn a little bit before I call that number, so that if I'm really interested, you know what I mean? Because I would assume there's some risk reward about you getting informed. Whether or not right, he's like, oh, well, now I know. Do I really want to dig deeper?
Correct. So a lot of investors, they will have a couple of properties that they're looking into. And of course, they don't want to just dive right in because they don't know what they're getting into. They could be getting into several federal tax liens, state tax liens, and what are called UCCs that are pretty much liens on that property. And as soon as they purchase it, they are responsible for those liens.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
the lien has priority over their own purchase.
Correct.
The lien has priority over your purchase.
That should be on a t-shirt.
So in case you're not aware what a lien is, can you elaborate a little bit on that? Because sometimes, like, I don't know how far.
Lien?
A lien.
Lien, that's what killed DJ Screw.
Yes, I mean, that lien, yes. We're talking about...
L-E-I-N, lien.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was talking about L-E-A-N, lien.
Vocabulary and spelling stuff is one of the solutions that we're talking about.
That's a homophone. So let's about lien, the other lien.
Yeah.
Yes. So liens are something that are you owe money on that property, and the state is going to get their money, and
Always.
the federal tax liens are going to get their money.
Always.
So regardless of who owned it, those liens attached to the property. And so when there are investors and they're looking into them and they have all these liens attached to the property, all that money has to go back to somewhere, and they are going to get their money.
Gotcha. So this is information that maybe can give you or people or folks maybe more confidence, or maybe avert risk, right? In a better, more informed way. It's one of the things that I always tell folks is like, well, don't just buy that property. You should go to I mentioned a title company because that is the resource that I am aware of. I was not aware that there is a resource of the research part. And what is the difference? Can you elaborate on the difference between those two
Yes,
factors?
so the difference between a regular title company and a title research company is that we do not do policy. So our rates are significantly cheaper. We get you the information, but it doesn't have the policy attached to it. So if there's, like I said, investors who are wanting the information for knowledge purposes to see what they're getting into, we're perfect. We do all the research at a lower cost. But then with a title workup, so in the state of Texas, any mortgage loan that is $200,000 and above, you have to have a policy for. Anything $200,000 and below, you do not have to have a policy for.
Gotcha.
So we're the ones doing the back research, that if you want the knowledge, you can get it. But we also do work for very large title companies.
Gotcha.
That they actually source everything out to us, and we do the whole research for them.
Up to 200, or do you guys go higher for the title companies? For the title companies, you do everything because they don't write the titles up on anything over 200, but they're still just doing it. Got it. Look at them title companies. Find a solution. Slick. I like it.
So at the end of the day, we're the ones doing the research regardless.
I got you. But at 200,000, you can go ahead with that's who y'all's cap is that correct?
Yes.
I got you.
It's super important to know that information before you go into a home or a piece of property, right? Like every aspect of the property, like you say, goes back a long way. How do you deal with like ghosts?
Yeah.
So like I'm thinking, hold on, look. Have you ever seen the movie Poltergeist?
Yes.
Okay, so in that movie, they buy this house. They didn't realize it was on a Indian burial ground.
Sure.
And then when they move in the house, it's haunted, and the little girl gets, thrown up in the sky and everything, and all that. So it's important to know the information about your home before you buy it, in case there's ghosts.
Yeah, right. There's something there about disclosure, I believe.
Yes. So it is.
See?
It is a part of disclosure.
Okay, tell us.
That if someone passed away in the house, it has to be disclosed.
Or if there's an Indian burial ground.
Has to be disclosed to the new home buyer.
See? And that's information you don't know sometimes. You just go buy a house because you see it on the side.
Hey, y'all left the ghost here. Y'all left the ghost here.
What's up? Take your ghost with you.
Your title company didn't tell you? Oh, I don't know what to say.
Hey, whether but seriously though, whether it's a ghost or a lien or whatever situation, it's so important to have people like you give you that information, man. I love it. That's beautiful.
I gotcha. Who's Ghostbusters gonna call? Ghostbusters gonna call. Ghostbusters gonna call. Know their information.
See? It always comes full circle. It always comes full circle. I love it.
That's what they're doing. That's what they get them low rates.
All
right. So what I did, I went to your website to check a little bit of the information that you guys have. What did because one of the natures is the solution, right? The streamlinability of the solution. I mean, how quickly or how like if somebody that's a new to recent investor that wants to explore, right?
Yes.
Because your investor people already know you. So we're looking for new folks that don't know that this is out there. It's like, oh, I can have somebody give me some information about a house. Oh, maybe, right? With that phone call, looks like you guys call, somebody will call you. How would that work?
So any person that is looking for the information, they can give us a call or they can email in and just ask for exactly what they're looking for, and we'll give them a quote. Usually right then and there. It could take up to 24 hours to get you a quote, depending on what you need.
I have questions.
And then also with
fax, nice.
Yes, with that we also we do have a quick turnaround time. We can do 3 to 5 business days for the workup.
Gotcha.
And like I said, it just all depends on what you need. Every county in the state of Texas is different. So we work with the counties directly on getting you the information that you are looking for.
Gotcha. And I also remember, I'm looking at a list, but I also remember something else. Provide research and reports for attorneys, lenders, homeowners associations, home builders, remodeling contractors, individuals, right? Those are everywhere, right? Individuals are everywhere. Surveyors, civil engineers, landowners, and speculators. What's a speculator? Okay, yeah, what's a speculator? Like somebody that I'm just curious.
You just stand outside and just like.
Right,
No,
you're speculating about this land.
You're charged by the hour.
Usually, like speculators are investors.
Okay.
So people looking into multiple properties.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Realtors, real estate buyers, or sellers.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool. And so, I lost my train of thought with the other question that I had because, yes. All right, Tinto, what's up? What do you have? Any questions on this environment?
No, man, this is amazing. You guys are basically a one-stop shop for all this information and over 100 years of experience. Obviously, y'all know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
I didn't realize other counties were different.
The auctions. I remember. I was thinking about they have auctions. I'm not sure they have for the counties for the real estate. A lot of times, folks like they don't really know what they're buying because that's not the auction's responsibility to give you that information. Do you guys work with that? How is that? Do you guys have some access there? How do you guys do that?
Great question.
So every county does an auction, and at the county courthouse, they actually post the list of what properties are going to be auctioned at the auction.
Yeah.
So as far as the lists are concerned, a lot of our customers that are investors do already have the list.
Oh, yeah.
But if you are someone who's getting into it and looking into it,
Sure.
we can get the list from a select few counties, especially the closer counties, Galveston County, Brazoria County, Harris County.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
those we can buy.
Yeah, and there's additional rules with regards to those types of purchases. Now, keep that in mind. There's additional rules with regards to like you getting a lien house and especially due to taxes. But there's people that take the risk and go through that process. You know, it's a yearly. It's like a little bit of a process, but the market exists.
So they actually do sales once a month.
Yeah, sales once a month,
Yes.
correct. And the issue is sometimes you may have this address, right? And then you're like, yeah, no, I want it. You buy it. It's got like 2 liens on it, like they own the pool and the bank, or something else that they got somewhere.
Or a burial ground.
Yeah.
Get you every time. Then your little girl gets up in the sky, and you try to get her out of the TV, but you can't. You change the channel, and nothing happens.
Just give her the
Call these
remote.
folks
Give her the
instead.
remote. Go here. Watch what you want.
Y'all need to hook me up for. I could be y'all's commercial if you want. By the way, we can do this. This would be awesome.
Okay. And then what about your blogs? What do you guys try to do with the blogs? What kind of information are you guys looking to do?
So
curious.
just the information that we provide is a lot of attorneys utilize us,
Okay.
and a lot of people don't understand that attorneys utilize us based off of if there's someone that did pass away and people are fighting over the property. Attorneys will hire us to correct. We look into probates. We look into who are the potential heirs, who are everything like that. We provide the lists. So as far as the blogs go, we do provide all that information so that way people can go in and research. Oh, well, can y'all do this for me?
Sure.
Yes, we actually can. So
that's awesome. That's great. That's great that there's resources out there for folks.
Myths, misconceptions.
Yeah, that is I would say a bit more affordable, more accessible even to some degree than a title company that may be lined up with real estate agents and attorneys and HUD statements, because you guys don't even go through those processes of the HUD statements. You guys do those?
if a client wants one, we can get one.
Oh, okay, but it's not typically title companies are looking to sell you the policy and give you the HUD statement, and you guys are like, no, it's in the order for that one property, we'll get you that,
Yes.
and then do what you need.
Yes.
Right, gotcha. No, that's good. That's actually awesome. Cool. All right. So, what other information would you like to share about North Star information that we have not included that you like to show before we go to the next segment?
Yeah. So North Star Information has been open for over 35 years. My boss and owner of the company has been doing this for over 35 years.
Wow.
And prior to, he was actually a real estate agent as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
he knows his stuff. And with all the people that are in the office combined, it's about over 100 years worth of knowledge.
Sure.
And as for me, I actually didn't even know this existed until I started working here. Probably about 5-6 years ago, I started working here as a title abstractor and started doing this. I actually went into the Army afterwards, and afterwards when I came out, my boss was like, I'd love for you to work for me again.
Awesome.
And this company is such a great company and such a wholesome company that I wanted to be here. I wanted to work here.
Good to hear that. And keep this in mind, I didn't know this existed until like a couple of weeks ago. We'll talk a little bit more about that situation and the streamlinability. Is that a word?
Now, baby.
Streamlinability of these concepts that we're introducing here at the Premium Advantage with our partners. All right, cool. Now, Veterans Day. That's another part of the topic of conversation that we have, because this was this week, right?
Yes.
Streamlining. And today, as a veteran, special guest, Otto Pequeño.
It's called a double whammy right there. Heck yeah.
Solutions, baby, all across. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing with us your experience about your professionalism, and then a little bit more about your information about your veterans experience. And if you wouldn't mind just giving us a little bit about that. This situation here of the images that you sent to us is beautiful with your family. If you wouldn't mind sharing it with us a little bit, please.
Yeah, so I actually enlisted in the Army in 2019,
okay.
And I did human resources for a little over 3,000 soldiers.
Wow, 3,000
yes.
soldiers. Wow.
Yeah, so I was pretty good at what I did.
Yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed human resources, and the Army gave me great opportunities for life in general. I have a 9-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son.
Congratulations.
So thank you. I actually had my son while in the Army, and
what?
Yes,
wow.
It was definitely an experience to go through the Army and be a female in the Army, especially during COVID.
Wow, dude, that's a triple whammy.
Yes, and I was stationed at Fort Hood, now known as Fort Cavazos.
Okay.
And at the time, that was when the Vanessa Guillen stuff was going on.
Oh,
so
yes, a lot of turmoil. A lot of turmoil in that.
So it was definitely interesting being a female soldier on Fort Hood at that time. I definitely believe that my chain of command kept me safe.
I'm happy to hear that.
I was very fortunate to have those people that I did and make sure that I was doing good, and along with our entire team.
Good.
But as far as Army goes, it was a great experience. I would do it again for my family, and the benefits that I have now that I didn't have prior to was definitely well worth everything that I went through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And then on us is thank you very much for your service to all the veterans out there. I was actually wondering about what we could offer maybe during tax season as a kind of like a special for the veterans. I don't know what to put out there. That's not too much, but that's let's see, beneficial. Let's call it beneficial as a potential to help folks save time, money, insurance, and taxes. Keep that in mind. Right. This whole situation is all connected. Right. So I appreciate you being here and putting that in there. Veterans Day. This week. More updates. Anything else about Veterans Day that you guys would like to share? Experiences with veterans and situations like that?
I'm just so blessed. Feel so blessed to have y'all out there doing that for us, so much, man. Because I could not. So shout out to you guys, man. Rest in peace, Pat Tillman. I always think about him as well. You know Pat Tillman? He's one of the greatest NFL players ever. Got this ginormous contract and said, nope, go fight.
Wow.
Yep, went out to fight and got in a firefight and died. But died. It was what's it called? Casual fire.
Sure.
Okay. It was. They thought they were shooting at opposite.
No way.
American. Our own people killed Pat Tillman. So there's a giant statue of him outside of the stadium in Arizona. He was an amazing man. Yeah. And so I think about people like him who just give everything. One
of the terrible tragedies. We have an ongoing series called World Peace, Tools and Incentives for World Peace. So we continuously, want to avoid those situations. So we're continuously trying to find tools and things how to minimize those. Hopefully, whatever we can.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much again for the veterans.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Updates coming up with the news. We got HISD updates. Oh man, so many updates on HISD.
Is this the one that they did the trickery with and the voting thing?
There's a little bit of everything and everywhere. What I would say is that this one is where the bond didn't pass. The $4.4 billion didn't pass. Okay, most HISD residents and
large
members are happy. Yeah, it's because there's no trust in this board that was not elected, and so there's a lot of things that have to be worked out before something like a project like that gets in there. So which gives the folks the opportunity once a month to go and speak, to show your either disenchantment or propositions, whatever. You get 1 minute to go. Yes.
1 minute.
You get 1 minute to go.
Say whatever you want.
Well, not whatever you want. You have to be respectful. You can't curse them out or things like that. But you can go in there and tell them for whatever you.
Can I go do stand up for 1 minute?
You can, 100%. So I don't know how relative you have to keep it with regards to education, or if you can just go and talk, Cinto talk, which is I think would be super great. But yes, all you have to do is sign up. You register online, and they let you give you time. I'll let you know when the next one is.
Dude, I'm down.
I was supposed to go. I had it all planned out with my little speech and stuff. Everybody planned.
What were you going to say? What were you going to talk about?
I was going to talk about the things that I experienced, some solutions that I think that you can implement. For HISD. Okay. Like, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? Not to try to be conflicted, because everybody's being conflicted. Everybody's like, y'all suck. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I know, I get it, but that's not which I get it. Yeah, but it's not going to be constructive criticism. So trying to just give it a little bit of that.
And in a minute, you can get a lot in.
You're right.
So you can totally squeeze a lot of information in there.
So some folks also do that, but I didn't get to go ahead of the priority situation. But next month, though.
I'm down, dude. Let me know. I'm down.
So now that the bond didn't pass, there's other conversations about it's not that we don't want to support the education. Everybody loves education. This whole concept is education. More like, yes, we're gonna just throw that money away. That's got nothing to do with education.
Well, that's it could be a broad category when you say everybody loves the kids, do whatever we need for the kids. But when it gets detailed into where that money gets decided.
Solutions and education about what is the problem that the county have, and I'm here to volunteer to help with those processes. And so that was that, and then there's a networking event, which I'm gonna try to attend to try to link things up with regards to the HISD, networking, and things of that nature. Oh, there you go. HISD update. Bond didn't pass. You get to go and speak once a month. The last one was yesterday. The next one is next month. Okay, sweet. What else we got? Some principals got fired. That was another big issue. Yes, at Harvard Elementary is the fire point. It's kind of that.
Which elementary?
Harvard. It's called Harvard Elementary.
Harvard.
Yes.
Like the college.
Yes, and people are like upset because there's a situation that doesn't merit them being fired potentially because they're performing, but it's like another. Yeah, it's very complicated. It's very complicated. Yeah. It is. Some things where they don't want to talk about it. On top of other situations, it's complex.
Wait, was there something weird going on, like with the kids or something?
No, nothing like that. I don't think. It's more along the lines of you do what we tell you, and then don't worry about your educational professionalism, and then that's it. Like, when that's not. So yeah, it's tough.
Keep politics out of the schools, man. Just
there's
teach
something
the kids.
there. There's something there.
1 + 1 is 2, man. That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah, you would think that it's so simple. It's complicated.
I know.
All right, cool. So now, HISD updates. Now, Cito, sports. Let's talk about that.
Awesome. It is that time. All right, so first a little bit of a Houston sports update. Yes, indeed. So the Texans looked beautiful in our new uniforms, and we lost with them.
It's the blue. I thought it was like that.
Beautiful, I said. They're red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we lost.
I know, man.
Now here's the thing, though. Vegas is killing this year.
Really?
Vegas is calling everything. They're just destroying everybody. And they're keeping stats on this right now. I think it's like 70% of the bets have gone to Vegas and 30% to the people in this whole NFL season.
When they follow that trend.
Just follow the trend.
Yeah.
And so with the Texans game, it was the spread was 3 points. Yeah. And guess how much we lost by? 3 points.
No way.
How do they do that, dude? How do they on the dot? Dude? That is just scary, man. So gambling is a totally different animal. This I don't say this year, but the last 5 years or so, with the invention of analytics and AI and how they're creating these spreads accurately, and now you can bet live on things. Even the presidential election, they call that. It's just a little scary. So anyway, the Texans for next. So we're still good though. Texans are 6-4.
I guess you get to the playoffs, right?
We're good to go to the playoffs right now so far because we're leading in our division. Our division sucks. Luckily, the rest of the guys in the division.
Yeah, but then my understanding is now they're gonna face like a real opponent the moment the playoffs start, and how do we overcome?
Well, here's the thing is we got a lot of problems in specific places. Number 78. Number 78.
The front line, from what I hear.
Specifically, one person. 78. No, the whole offensive line has problems for sure. But number 78 drives me insane. I just can't take him anymore. Every game I'm watching him and I want to punch my TV. It just makes no sense. Anyways, so if we can fix that, we still have time to fix that. So we can get that together, give CJ Stroud more than 2 seconds to throw the ball. We can be great, man. We really, really can.
But it was working in the beginning of the season. What tweet?
It wasn't necessarily working in the beginning of the season. We were just our defense was just destroying. Our defense. I think we still have 3 starters out. The last game we lost against the Jets, we had 5 starters out on defense. Specifically, our captain. Yeah. And our captain of our defense I say his name wrong. It's Alshire, his last name. He's just a monster, man. So
he needs to rest.
So you hit it on the head. So the last game that we lost, we could not give CJ Stroud any time. So we're winning at halftime by a lot. Yeah. And then everybody's like, we're going to win, no problem. But our defense gets exhausted because it's always 3 and out with CJ. So our poor defense is out there the whole game. So they get tired and they get beat up. Right. So
the moment that you lose that momentum and they get it over.
So in the very beginning of the season, we were doing great because our defense was all healthy and killing and pulling interceptions out of the sky, out of everywhere. So now our defense is kind of having to sit back a little bit because of all these injuries. And so now it's really showing all of our pains. Sure. So we still have time to get it together because we got the Cowboys next week, right? So we're up by Vegas has us by 7 points, which has me scared because I thought we were going to kill the Cowboys because they don't even have Dak Prescott anymore. Dak Prescott is out for the year. So anyway, so the Cowboys are terrible, which is awesome. It makes me always feel good. And we're playing them next week. So hopefully we'll get it together. We got time. After that, we got like 3 or 4 opponents who are terrible. So we have time to recompose, practice things, move things around on offensive line, and see what we can get going on. Certain, I think
if they should be watching this. If they're not watching this episode, it's one of the reasons why they probably not restructuring their whole situation and why they're paying too much taxes and insurance.
You know, my mom actually said something about number 78. You're right. You're right. My mom dropped a dime about number 78. By the way, the reason I'm dressed like this is because it's cold in Houston now.
It is. It falls.
Everybody pull out your hoodies. Pull out your hoodies. Get yourself ready, y'all. So anyways, so yeah, my mom actually says something about number 78 because as I said before in previous episodes, I played offensive line my entire young career. I know everything about offensive line. My mom was right there watching me play offensive line. And you know what she said about number 78? She said what? Never trust a man with a dangly earring.
He's got a dangly earring?
He wears a dangly earring. Now, I don't know what that means. She's not talking about anything weird at all. She just says, for some reason, you can't trust those. The other person who did that, Barry Bonds.
Interesting.
Barry Bonds had a dangly earring, and he cheated his way up to the home run king. I don't know. My mom may have something there. But point is, we got to get this together. We're excited about the season. We're going to get to the playoffs. It's about what we're going to do in the playoffs. Because the rest of the NFL, man, those top teams are serious business right now, man. Even all the way down to special teams. So that's about it. Now, big news. Mr. TYSON.
Oh, man.
TYSON was called. You gonna watch that?
Oh.
Dude, I cannot wait for that. So it's tonight. It's on Netflix, which is even better. So it's not a pay-per-view event.
Right.
Just go onto your Netflix and go for it, man. So super excited. There's been a lot of hype leading up to this. Yesterday, Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul.
Oh, I heard him. Oh, I saw that.
Slapped him in the face.
Yeah, but this, you know it's a show. You know it's a show.
Of course it's a show, but also there was a little bit of truth to it. Apparently, he stepped on his shoe.
Oh, did he now?
So apparently, that's a big one, man. I don't know about you, but I'm from the hood. You step on my shoe, it's going down. So anyway, he stepped on his shoe and then he slapped him. It may have been staged. Maybe he even staged the shoe stepping too.
Sure.
But I don't know, man.
They must have had this conversation where it's like, hey, man, let's make sure this is fun for people to watch.
So much hype, dude.
They're not gonna be there. I love you all the way. Hey, I'll see you in the ring.
They do until like a week before they do that.
Yeah. After the week before.
There was one interview where Jake Paul brings Mike Tyson a gift. He's like, hey, I got a gift for you, Mike. And he brings him a pigeon. And it's in a cage, right? And it's like $5,000. It's this like super expensive pigeon. I don't know what makes pigeons expensive. It's got to be like a purebred or something. Yeah. So he gives it to Mike. Here, I got you this pigeon. It cost me like $5,000 or whatever. And Mike goes, reaches in and grabs it right away. The guy's like, whoa, I've never seen anybody just like go for a pigeon. And so Mike grabs it and goes, I'm gonna feed it to my falcon.
Oh my gosh.
How fun.
And Jake Paul's just like looks at the camera. And he's like, man, I just spent all this money on this thing, and he's gonna feed it to his falcon. But it's just like Mike is so different.
Something different for sure.
Anybody on earth.
I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued, man. But this is not a title match. This is just
it is a title. Not a title match, but it counts.
The sanction match or something like
It's a record.
But there's no title. And essentially, right now at this point, it's like a celebrity match of like.
No, not anymore. It's on now.
It's on now.
They did cut the rounds and the time shorter.
Tell me about this.
I think it's 2 rounds. I mean, it's instead of the entire 3 minutes, I think a usual round is. I think it's 2 minutes.
Okay, make it more interesting. I don't want to see all tired Mike and all tired Dick.
The gloves, everything else is legit. It counts on their record.
Just 2 minutes long.
It's 2 minutes long, something like that. And then there's not gonna be 15 or 12. I think it's gonna be like 8 rounds.
8 rounds?
Something like that. Yeah, it's shorter.
Up to 12 rounds.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is. But Jake Paul is actually favored. I just looked it up right now. He's still favored.
After the slap, for sure he was. After the I like it.
I mean,
Mike's about perception. It's about perception.
But you know what? This reminds me of Nolan Ryan. You know who Nolan Ryan is? Okay, so Nolan Ryan is one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
Sure.
Okay, a couple weeks ago, they had him go throw out the first pitch for a game somewhere. It wasn't pro. It was like minor somewhere.
Sure.
And just for fun, he opened it up.
Yeah.
Whack that sucker like 92 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, he still got it.
Yeah.
He can't do that more than
2 or 3 or 4 times.
Because he's old, man. Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like Mike Tyson. I'm sure he can still. If he catches him,
you gotta catch him.
But you gotta catch him. You gotta catch. And his Jake Paul's corner is gonna be like, you better run, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think that's right. To just get him tired. Just move around him.
Move around for the first couple of rounds. Get him tired.
He's gonna be hurting the next day though.
He's definitely gonna feel those punches, and that's what. Roy Jones said. Roy Jones fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
So let's say back was like a year ago, 2 years ago, right? And he was just like, man, he's like, I took those shots, but I'm feeling it. It's gonna be bad. So anyway, it's gonna be a great fight. I'm hoping. So I'm excited to see that tonight at 7 p.m. Central. So that's probably means 8 when they actually get out there, because there's undercards as well.
Gotcha.
Maybe even 9 or 10 before they actually get out there. So
we'll see.
We're excited, man.
Our new segment, don't forget the power of networking. This last week, I visited the Business and Breakfast served by Lead Exchange and Development. It's a wonderful event. Met a lot of people, a lot of solutions. Got some guests for the future.
Yeah.
One of the networking events actually is where I met Autumn. What was the name of that event?
It was the Small Business Expo at Energy.
At Energy, right. And then we presented the information also on the episode. Just keep in mind, the solutions are moving.
Oh, NRG? So there was a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's a big event. It was a big event. So this one over here is smaller. Katz's still, getting some solutions.
Oh, at Katz's?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that place.
It was nice and easy.
The food is wow.
Yep.
There were 24 hours.
Following this, there's other events that I want to be going to, taking pictures, see who else we can meet, bring on to the solutions table. All right, so keep that in mind. Present the information. There's links to get folks to the episode. Other business events, I don't think I'm going to be able to make all of these, but just to show folks, there's a lot of events out there where you can create solutions, look for other professionals out there. Keep it in mind, they are out there. Okay, just look for them. The raffle, don't forget Michelle Hernandez. Claim your prize. We sent you an email. Maybe a phone call is probably what we'll do next. But every the first of the month, we do a raffle, $100 episode or an event. Keep in mind, free raffle. Lower your insurance and taxes. Get an episode. Get a raffle. We do a lot in this year. Yeah, we do a lot. That's it for the information that I have for you guys from this thing here. What else you got?
I got one. So big comedy show coming up on the 29th on Black Friday. We have at Net Bar. So we have a new situation at Net Bar. We are calling it the Comedy Net. It is a comedy show that we have professional comedians. So I'm going to have Koo. We're going to have Mike Ryan and Joan Rivers. Remember Joan Rivers?
Yeah.
Hannah Abney is going to be there as well. We also have a guest comedian. I'm going to be hosting it. We're going to have DJ. It's going to be amazing. 11/29 Black Friday. So on Black Friday, we have a black comedian host. They're headlining it. So
nice.
I didn't do that on purpose. That just kind of happened. I was looking at the dates, and he's like, "Did you do that on purpose?" I'm like, "No, but you should definitely joke about that. Come see it. It's going to be just letting them go. We're not holding them back. Usually we do hold back on this particular thing, no cursing, no this. No, this is all out. And also, this particular place is a dog-friendly.
Oh, cool.
I think it's the only dog-friendly.
In the Heights, right?
Yeah, in the Heights. So on Washington, on Net Bar in Washington.
On Net Bar, Washington.
Net Street on Washington, like right off of Washington by those bars by North Shepherd. So I think it's the only dog-friendly comedy show in Houston. Cool. If you ask me.
Unique experiences, help you save time and money, streamline solutions all the way around. And we see you guys next time.
Yeah.